Well, surprise, surprise, everyone. We have made it out to Sonyea State Forest. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Now, the funny thing is I made it out here on my last trip and took a little look around, and it was really not a good place to bring my trailer. So I'm back here again without the trailer, with what I would almost call my adventure series setup, because this place has terrible potholes. It's not great for the trailer to pull through here like the last time. So, boom, there you go. So I'm going to take a little ride through. Hopefully I find a good parking spot. Wow, there's some big hills, big humps. Wow. I can't believe I drove through here with my trailer. And I'm going to check out which sites are available. I just went past one. Let's turn the camera a little better. And this one's taken. So I'm really hoping that I can at least find a campsite here, because it's the middle of the week and there's people here camping already. So I guess I'm going to see what kind of luck I have. Well, I have to say, someday my luck is better than others. Today is a lucky day. Look at the campsite I got. Look at this. I have a site. I have firewood already on a pile. I have a fire pit that still has some hot coals ready. So it'll be nice and easy to start another fire. Literally, someone must have just left. So I got the adventure set up on the Pathfinder again. I found a nice campsite, number 3, here at Sonyea Hill. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I don't care. This place is awesome. So I took a ride through the place, and originally, look at the sky. Everybody knows that I pay for these skies in these videos. Look at the sky. So this is really interesting. You're right on a hedgerow, and there's a big field here. But look at this open sky. I'll see if I can go a little higher. In the distance, you can see some mountains. But what a beautiful day. Some days you're just blessed, and today is one of those days. So I'm going to get on my e-bike and I'm going to go through the rest of the place. But on the way in, I was getting discouraged because I didn't think I was going to get a site. And lo and behold, I got this. And I can't be happier, because this is really exciting. I'm going to be able to ride my bike around this trail here and go back into the woods, which are filled with horseflies. This area here, not as bad with horseflies. They were covering my car as I was riding through the woods. And now I'm on the outside of the woods, which is down, the woods are down in that left corner down there. And I'm going to have to go through the sites a little better for this place so I understand where they all are. But we are going to take a look around. And I just want to thank a friend of mine who has a video of her own. The road is tough, but look at this place. I'm really excited. I am really excited about this campsite. Let's just take a quick look through here while I'm talking about it. The campsite has a really rough driveway. That's the only part that I can say is, really rough. So I had to kind of maneuver around a little bit on the way in. But the site itself, somebody made a bench, which makes it easy for me. Has a nice raised fire pit. And right in this corner over here is a perfectly level, flat spot where I'm going to set up the tent and the canopy that I have. This is going to be simply awesome. Look at these skies. Absolutely gorgeous. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm going to have an awesome evening tonight. Do some biking, cook a little bit, get everything set up. This is amazing. Well, I'm happy to say camp is set up. I got the tent set up with the shelter, got the bed set up. The only thing I don't have set up yet is the cooking area, which I can always do that later. Had a nice little wrap a little earlier, and I took some video of that. Next thing I'm going to do is jump on that e-bike and take a little ride around this place. Check it out. Look at this. The blue sky is hiding behind these trees. Let's take a quick walk through camp. Here's how I set up the tent this time. As usual, I have it attached to the back, and did a wrap around with this cord. This time worked out pretty well. Also did a wrap around with some blue cord and just hung the screen on the windy side. Here's the fire pit. Here we are reaching the 6 o'clock hour. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at these skies. I can't wait to get on the bike. So far I've been here for a couple hours. Not one single person has come down this side of the park. So I'm going to jump on the bike and have a look around in a minute. It's amazing. There we go. Get a little assist. And I don't know if you can see above. Got these nice butterflies cruising around. Huge meadow. I don't know if this was a farmer's field or what this was. But there's hardly any trees or anything, so it's been cleared regularly for quite a long time. But way in the distance are some nice tall hills. I won't call them mountains, but they're tall hills. So I'm going to stop here quick. And just a little ways down, probably a couple hundred yards, maybe. I don't know if it's that far. There's another campsite here. It doesn't seem to be marked. That's terrible. An old mattress. If anybody has a truck. This one doesn't even look like it's been used. It's odd. Almost abandoned. Bunch of trees laying in the middle. Huh. No marker. With a little bit of love. I think this place needs some love. Needs a little bit of funding and a little bit of love. It'll be nice again. So I'm picking back up again. That's the unknown campsite. I would call it campsite 4. We'll see if we find anything else down this way. I'll pick up in a little bit. But for these blue skies I paid for, just for everybody to see in this video. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, well this is not what I expected whatsoever. This is a dead end. There's no sights down here. It would be kind of cool if there was at least one site down here, maybe at the end, to use. But it's just a turnaround. I expected it was going to go around further. So I'm going to make my way back up to camp, and then maybe make my way back through these other sites to show you some of the other. Ooh, I just got winged by another bug. I just got winged by a bug. So we'll take a ride through. There's a bunch of the places we're already taken. I got really lucky with this one. I got really lucky. There's supposed to be one that's by a creek, so I don't know if it's on a different part of the park. I thought I saw something there was 2 entrances. But it's a shame that there's only 2 sites down on this side, and one of the 2 is practically abandoned. I'm kind of shocked. Sure, it's windy. I'm going to shut her down. So I found another spot down here, about another 100 yards from my camp. And it's down by this corner down here where I'm going to go next. I believe the road bends to the left, back to the entrance where I took some video on the way in. And then I thought it bended to the right. So we'll figure that out in a minute. But in the meantime, this is not in very good shape, but not the worst either. This is actually a pretty cool campsite. It doesn't appear to be marked with a number again, but this is in much better shape than the last one. And it's got your fire pit. It's got a nice canopy over it, and some downed trees. But there's some flat spots for you to put your tent. A little bit of a mess here. Like I said, they could use some volunteer help out here with some of these downed trees. At least you have wood to burn. And the fire pit needs a little love. Maybe a few more rocks. But overall, this could be a really nice spot. So I'm going to find out what's going on with this place. See if they have a volunteer day. This is the type of place that looks like it could use some volunteering. I was out at East Otto last week. They really got that place cleaned up nicely. So whatever funding or attention they've been paying to it, would be nice to see this place get the same attention. For sure, it could use it. I love exploring, checking out new places on a day like today. Look at the sky. It doesn't even seem real. So I did come up this way. I took a right on that bottom corner, which the entrance on the way in, I immediately went right and found my campsite and just grabbed the first thing that I found, which is fine so far. But now here I am at campsite 2. Officially 2. There it is. Look at this sign. Look at the sign here. So there's site 2. And same thing. There's a little bit of same thing. There's a little bit of things left over. Oh my goodness! Someone left a chair which can be thrown out. I don't know. There appears to be fence, old fence, farmer's fence, which I thought there was farmers in here. There's old fencing in here, all gathered up, collected, and clearly this garbage can was used for something besides garbage. Jeez Louise. But this is still a very nice site here. And actually, this time of day, it has a lot of sunshine, evening sunshine. So that's a nice thing. Someone left a little bit of firewood for you. So my site is very shaded. This one has a big field behind it. This is really nice. And it's just a different feel. Very sunny. It's more on top of the hill. Not even on top of the hill, it's just the fact that it's not surrounded with trees. So this is very nice. I really like this. Time to continue back up this path. Jump on the e-bike. I still haven't seen anybody down here yet. So it almost seems like we're going to have to go to number 1 next. We'll see what it brings next. This is pretty nice. It's got a really good feel to it. So in the spirit of exploration, I came down this trail that's called a Greenway trail of some kind, I believe. And I ran into an officer, a corrections officer, who said he was patrolling. And come around the bend and look what you see. I did not realize I was this close to a facility. So it's good to know that there's people out patrolling, keep an eye out place. A little close to home for camping. I thought it was a couple of miles away, but apparently it's pretty close. So I don't know how far I'm down this trail I'm going to go, but a little interesting little history there. So it is the Genesee Valley Greenway State Park. And I don't understand the difference. But here it says Correctional Facility, authorized vehicles only, but it's basically a throughway trail that I'm on. Still a beautiful day. And over here, down this hill, check this out. An old abandoned estate. Spooky. I'm standing in front of a place called Biggs Hall, and this is just a whole area that's all abandoned. It's quite peaceful. A couple cars in some of these buildings, but I don't know what they're for. You just feel a history of a building when you look at one like this. There's something going on. I decided I'm going to head back towards camp, take this trail back, and see if I can do a little more research back at camp to find out which direction this Greenway trail goes. Seems like it went down this pretty big hill that I'm not going to bother wasting all my energy coming back up right now. I'm going to head back to camp, do a little research, enjoy this evening. There's the spooky mansion. I'm going to enjoy this campsite. Could be for one night, could be for two. We'll see how much energy I have, if I'm going to take a few loops around and review a couple of the other sites that were here. On the way in, honestly, most of them were taken, and I always try not to run video on occupied campsites. So we'll see how we do. This is pretty cool right now. Coming up this little trail. This is part of the road that was patrolled. And on the way up, it's going to get really rocky. So I'm going to shut her down. Well, it's 7 o'clock. I made it back to camp from that nice ride. Do a little more investigating. See how far it goes. Which direction it goes. And have to check it out a little bit more. One nice thing about this place is that there's a fair amount of flat area to ride the bike on, which a lot of different places are way up on hills. So, speaking of which, I'm going to go collect some more wood for tonight's fire. I don't know if I'm going to cook anything for dinner. Maybe I'll have a light dinner. Just get set up and do something. Enjoy this beautiful dusk hour that we have coming up. Not a cloud in the sky. Well, I guess this is good time as any to bring attention to this lovely bench, finely crafted by a craftsman in the woods out here. And yeah, did a great job. Stout, inviting, nice view, and you got the fireplace right there. As you can see, there's a big variation out in the field. This nice shady area here that we have in this campsite. Bugs aren't too bad, so I'm gonna keep spraying myself up, and once you go into the woods, it seems like that's their domain. There's a mosquito in my ear as we were speaking. It's that beautiful golden hour. Great for taking pictures. Look how blue the skies still are. I can see by just looking into the back of the camera here that colors are super vibrant. And what caught my eye is something that is a little bit out of the ordinary. I'm going to zoom in. There's a pretty large fire in the distance. Something's really on fire over there, so. Well, it's 9 o'clock and it's that beautiful time of the night. See some beautiful colors, nice sunset. Gonna get fire going in a few minutes here. Just very thankful that I picked this spot. I was so lucky to get this area tonight. You can see the camera just having a hard time picking up all the colors. Now this is pretty interesting. This phone with a certain zoom picks up in this light really well. It's actually getting pretty dark, but it's picking up the campsite fairly well. Got a nice stack of wood ready to go. Just a handy dandy bench. Let's get this fire going. So I just missed some audio in that last frame there. I had the Bluetooth speaker hooked up. But I managed to get this fire going. I think I'm just going to take it easy. Maybe cook a little sausage on the grill. On the open fire, I should say. But pretty pooped out, so I think I'm just going to call it a night and tell everybody thanks for watching. We'll see what tomorrow has to offer. Should be another good day. What a beautiful fire I got started. Perfect calm night, no wind. I'm going to check the weather report, but I'm guessing there's not supposed to be any rain for the next day or two. So I guess we're going to say good night, and we'll see you guys in the morning.